It's okay that everybody ignores me when I drive. It's fine, because I get a safe driving bonus check every 6 months I'm accident-free. Because I don't use my cell phone when I'm driving, even though my family does and leaves me all alone. Here's something else. I don't share it with Mom. I don't. Right, Mom? I have a brand new putter you don't even know about. It's awesome.
Safe driving bonus checks only from Allstate.
Sometimes I leave the seat up on purpose.
Switching to Allstate is worth it.
Why fuss over finding the right car? No need with the Cars.com app. When on the lot, scan a VIN to pull up all the info you need to help get the price you want. Start scanning today.
I needed something more to help control my type 2 diabetes.
My A1C wasn't where it needed to be. So I liked when my doctor told me that I may reach my blood sugar and A1C goals by activating what's within me with once-weekly Trulicity.
Trulicity is not insulin. It helps activate my body to do what it's supposed to do, release its own insulin.
I take it once a week and it works 24/7. It comes in an easy-to-use pen, and I may even lose a little weight.
Trulicity is a once-weekly injectable prescription medicine to improve blood sugar in adults with type 2 diabetes when used with diet and exercise. Trulicity is not insulin. It should not be the first medicine to treat diabetes or for people with type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis. Do not take Trulicity if you or a family member has had medullary thyroid cancer, if you've had multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2, or if you are allergic to Trulicity. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have a lump or swelling in your neck, severe pain in your stomach, or symptoms such as itching, rash, or trouble breathing. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis, which can be fatal. Taking Trulicity with a sulfonylurea or insulin increases your risk for low blood sugar. Common side effects include nausea, diarrhea, vomiting, decreased appetite, and indigestion. Some side effects can lead to dehydration, which may make existing kidney problems worse.
Once-weekly Trulicity may help me reach my blood sugar goals. With Trulicity, I click to activate what's within me.
If you want help improving your A1C and blood sugar, activate your within. Ask your doctor about once-weekly Trulicity.
All eyes on the administration. From James Comey's testimony to the UK election, Tucker has powerful debate on what it all means for President Trump tonight.
Hello, neighbor. Pat Boone here for the folks at TV Ears. Are you having trouble hearing your TV set? Somebody telling you it's too loud? Well, you don't need expensive hearing aids. We've got the answer. Doctor-recommended TV Ears has helped millions of people hear television dialogue clearly. TV Ears eliminates loud TV in your home and returns peace and harmony to your family and your marriage. This fantastic wireless headset elevates hard-to-hear words, making accents, even whispers, understandable. Now, your family can watch TV with you or mute the TV volume for complete quiet. Why don't you call the number on your screen? Get the original TV Ears, normally $129.95, for just $59.95, plus a free 5-year limited warranty, all for just $59.95. Call the number on your screen. Start enjoying TV again. You're going to love TV Ears.
So to understand Mr. James Comey in part is to look at how he dealt with the Clinton investigation and why he took the whole thing eventually upon himself.
Yes, sir. After the former President Clinton, met on the plane with the Attorney General, I considered whether I should call for the appointment of a special counsel, and I decided that that would be an unfair thing to do because I knew there was no case there. We had investigated it very, very thoroughly. I know this is a subject of passionate disagreement, but I knew there was no case there, and calling for the appointment of special counsel would be brutally unfair because it would send the message, aha, there's something here.
Get that? All right, so how about this? So this is why he wanted to force the issue of making sure there would be a special counsel in the Trump case. Watch this.
Did you show copies of your memos to anyone outside of the Department of Justice?
I asked a friend of mine to share the content of the memo with a reporter. Didn't do it myself for a variety of reasons, but I asked him to because I thought that might prompt the appointment of a special counsel.
Well, Senator Collins, who asked that question, was pretty bowled over by the answer. So why try to protect the Clinton case from an outside prosecutor and handle it yourself, even after the suspicious meeting on the tarmac between Loretta Lynch and Bill Clinton, while Lynch was still leading that investigation at the time, and then try to engineer the assurance of a special prosecutor, which would no doubt mire the Trump presidency in a likely unending investigation? Who better to ask this question to than Chris Stryer-Walt, our Fox News politics editor?
Here, in
Fascinating.
person.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
I was in Washington yesterday.
I know,
You're
it's
back
super
in my
cool.
town
This
tonight.
is great.
Good to see you. What do you think of all that?
We have to assume that Comey believes that there is something there with Trump, that we have to take him at his word that he believes that there is something that merits further investigation, even at the risk of the prejudicial appearance of having a special counsel. Also, Trump fired Comey. Had Trump not fired Comey, he wouldn't have a special counsel. He did that. Comey's a very skilled at the stagecraft of Washington. He's very good at politics. He may be a heck of a lawyer, but he is certainly darn good at playing politics. And what he did here was Donald Trump tried to hurt James Comey, tried to fire him in the most insulting way possible, tried to belittle him, didn't let him say goodbye to the people at the FBI, did it in a cruel way. And Comey,
which was a mistake.
Which was a terrible mistake, and it helped get him the special counsel.
Yeah.
And, look, in the end, every American should be happy about the way that this has landed. Robert Mueller's team is said to be only a few months away from completion. The special counsel in this case is just a few months, not years, not a decade.
Just shocking. I mean, nothing happens in Washington in 3 months. Absolutely nothing.
Which leaves us two possible scenarios here, basically. Scenario one is that it's nothing. There's no
That's what
body.
Lindsey Graham said here the other night.
There's no body, and nothing's going to happen. And they're going to come back and say, "Yeah, we checked. There was no problem here. Russia stinks. They hate America and they hate our institutions, but they did not succeed in flipping anybody in Trump Town." That's one, and that would be the best news for the White House, of course. Second case is Mueller's picking up an investigation close to conclusion, and that the work that had already been done at the FBI, that he's just
already cast.
He's
signing off on it.
So we don't know, but thank God, 3 months.
3 months.
Yahtzee.
I mean, nothing happens that fast. If only they could slip, some other tax reform and legislation and get
I'm
out
too
there.
tired from this week already. Don't speed them up.
All right, so I want to play this from Nancy Pelosi, switching gears with you for just a moment, because I found this interesting this morning, and I want to get your reaction. Here it is.
The president's fitness for office is something that is being called into question. It takes a certain curiosity to learn the facts, to base your comments on evidence and data and truth. And it takes some kind of stamina to keep your thoughts together. And I'm very worried about his fitness. But that's something he and the people in the White House have to make a judgment about.
Wow.
Well, I mean, it's Nancy Pelosi.
Nancy Pelosi.
It's Nancy
This morning she
Pelosi.
said, I think his family, must be worried about him. I think someone needs to step in. I mean, you can just see sort of the chipping, around the edges of everything that can be done to undermine this presidency, which is what both sides do. That's politics.
And also, it's Nancy Pelosi.
It's
Not
Nancy
like
Pelosi.
anybody takes her seriously.
It is, but I mean, you look at the reaction in many corners to this, is that it's a huge, dramatic, sort of disintegrating process of this White House and this presidency. Is that what it is? And the president came out today and tried to sort of push it off, not talk about it too much. What do you think?
So, happy Infrastructure Week.
We learned a lot about.
We learned so much about locks and dams. I would say this. They are making a good faith effort in this White House. And the president, who was quiet on Twitter for the longest stretch of almost 2 years of his life, or the Twitter era, they're making a good faith effort here to be disciplined, to be sensible, to not cause new problems by dealing with old ones. The president was a little rambunctious in his press conference today, his bilateral press conference. But, they're making an effort. And maybe if they can, and ignore Nancy Pelosi, ignore this other stuff, tighten up, they can be all right.
Button it up.
Button it up.
Starwell.
Right here.
Thank you, sir. Good
Yes,
to see you
ma'am.
as always.
Happy
Thanks,
Friday.
Chris. You too. So still ahead, we were all listening to the same testimony perhaps today. James Comey admitted that he leaked private information to the press, but many in the media concluded that, quote, in a credibility contest with Trump, James Comey was the obvious winner, says the Los Angeles Times yesterday. So what does our media analyst Howard Kurtz think about all of that? Why he says the media is suddenly letting Comey, quote, wear the white hat. What is the white hat? We asked Chris Darwalt when Howard Kurtz comes up in a moment. And also a stunner across the pond as British Prime Minister Theresa May, her party suffers a huge defeat. Nobody saw this coming, what this means for Brexit and nationalism in the UK and immigration and all of that when we come back.
It's our biggest Craftsman sale of the year at Ace.
With over $600 in Craftsman savings across the store.
We'll help you find the perfect gift for Father's Day, which is coming up.
I know, Dad.
Hurry in for the biggest Craftsman sale at Ace.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
More doing chores for mom per roll? Bounty is more absorbent, so the roll can last 50% longer than the leading ordinary brand. So you get more life per roll. Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Sarah is a 5th grade teacher. When it comes to molding young minds, nobody does it better. She also builds her own fighting robots. Destroy. But when it comes to mortgages, she's less confident. Fortunately for Sarah, there's Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. It's simple, so she can understand the details and be sure she's getting the right mortgage. Apply simply, understand fully, mortgage confidently.
When you have moderate to severe ulcerative colitis, the unpredictability of a flare may weigh on your mind. Thinking about what to avoid, where to go, and how to work around your UC. That's how I thought it had to be. But then I talked to my doctor about Humira and learned Humira can help get and keep UC under control when certain medications haven't worked well enough.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Before treatment, get tested for TB. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Raise your expectations and ask your gastroenterologist if Humira may be right for you. With Humira, control is possible.
I had memory foams, I had feather pillows, and I'd always wake up with neck pain. After sleeping on my pillow, I didn't wake up with the headaches, I was more aligned.
I didn't realize the connection between the pillow and sleep. When I switched to my pillow, I got a better night's sleep, and I love it.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow. My patented fill adjusts to your exact individual needs, and it holds that support all night long to take the pressure off your shoulders and keep your neck aligned so you get the best night's sleep of your life.
MyPillow is machine washable and dryable and comes with a 60-day money-back guarantee and an amazing 10-year warranty. Plus, every MyPillow is made in the USA.
I personally guarantee that MyPillow will be the most comfortable pillow you'll ever own. Take advantage of my famous offer and get 2 MyPillow premiums for one low price. Call or go to MyPillow.com. Be sure to use the promo code and I'll give you free shipping.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
You love them together, but you've never had them quite like this. At Red Lobster's Lobster and Shrimp Summerfest, the lobster and shrimp you love are teaming up in so many new ways. Like new coastal lobster and shrimp, with a lobster tail with butter and herbs, sweet, smoky barbecue red shrimp, and shrimp crusted with, get this, Cape Cod kettle chips. Or try lobster and shrimp overboard. A dish this good makes you this hungry. It's the highlight of the season and can't last, so hurry in.
Fox News Channel on Sirius XM. Your favorite shows on Channel 114. Plus every story, every 15 minutes. Fox News headlines 24/7. Channel 115.
Live from America's News headquarters, I'm Trace Gallagher. President Trump says he's 100% willing to testify under oath about his interactions with former FBI Director James Comey. The president insists that Comey lied in some parts of the testimony he gave yesterday before the Senate Intelligence Committee. Mr. Trump is also claiming that Comey cleared him of wrongdoing in his testimony. Comey refused to say whether he thought Trump had obstructed justice, but he did suggest that was a matter for the special prosecutor to consider. President Trump is accusing Qatar of funding terrorism at, quote, a very high level and says it must stop now. But at the same time, Secretary of State Rex Tillerson is urging Arab nations to immediately ease their blockade on Qatar. He says it's hurting American efforts to fight ISIS. Qatar leaders deny supporting terror groups. I'm Trace Gallagher in Los Angeles. Now back to the story with Martha McCallum.
Despite the fact that James Comey admitted Thursday he was the one who leaked his private conversations with President Trump to the press, and that Trump, the president, was never under investigation by the FBI, many in the media are ignoring the facts and have cast Comey as a saint in all of this. Watch.
I think Comey came across as an honest man under oath against a president who really doesn't focus much attention on telling the truth.
The big story here is that Trump is completely lost control of this town and of the narrative, and the guy he thought he had swatted off the board is basically running D.C.
Today really was, as it was predicted to be, the worst day of the Trump presidency.
Just worse than the last day that he covered the story. Howard Kurtz joins us now, host of Media Buzz. Lawrence O'Donnell there, who's had quite a few very dramatic opens over the last several weeks. So, Howie, how did the press do covering this yesterday?
Look, James Comey clearly now has a tarnished halo, but because he's calling President Trump a liar, the media are happy to grant him angelic status. I mean, this is a guy who, is being portrayed now as a folksy, no-nonsense G-man who's upholding truth, justice, and the American way, despite the fact that much of what he said at that hearing confirms part of President Trump's account.
Yeah, indeed it does. Here's a tweet from President Trump. He said, despite so many false statements and lies, total and complete vindication was his take. And wow, Comey is a leaker. And then I want to play what the president said this afternoon at the news conference before calling on a member of the press. Watch.
Who would like to ask? Should I take one of the killer networks that treat me so badly as fake news? Should I do that? Huh? Mr. President. Go ahead, John.
And then he went on to sort of point the finger, talk to John Carl, say, you used to be nice to me, you're not nice to me anymore. It's a tricky situation, and the president clearly feels that a lot of the press is not on its side, and it's been demonstrated by that when you look at the numbers and the percentages of positive to negative stories about this president. Can he get a fair shake from anybody out there these days, Howie?
He's not getting a fair shake from most news organizations. Of course, no presidential presser is complete without a shot at fake news. But on this business about Comey being a leaker, he's now an acknowledged, admitted, under oath leaker. And he has been driving the narrative, the media narrative,